Yes, this episode of GameByte is brought to you by our fine friends at Jinx.com. This isn't a sponsorship. They just told us to tell you to use the promo code QuitStalling_366 at checkout to save yourself 10% off of your entire shopping cart. That's every single item in your shopping cart. When you use the promo code QuitStalling_366 at checkout, then you'll get 10% off. Whether it's a new Shroud shirt because he dropped his C9 contract and he's now a free agent, whether it's a Nerf This Diva shirt, do they still sell those? Or whether it's a Murloc shirt, you really gotta have a cough switch. Use the promo code QuitStalling_366 at checkout to get 10% off of all your gamer and geek swag. Once again, that's QuitStalling_366 at checkout. And save yourself a couple. Maybe use that extra money to buy yourself a Hearthstone pin or a StarCraft. Who's it? A coaster? I think they do coasters, right? Yeah. Save yourself some money. Use the promo code. We got you back. All right. Welcome everyone to GameByte. Yes, this is GameByte. GameByte is a show that's weekly. We try to do this on a regular basis, and usually it features 2 or 3 fairly young, unintimidating men talking on the internet, just looking for reasons to talk about video games. And most of the time we're successful. Half the time, I love how I say most of the time and then half the time. Half the time we're all right. No special coaching giveaways this week. No special guests. This week, it's just me and 2 dudes talking about video games. And it's because we got a lot of news. We got a lot of news to talk about. I am your host. I am the Herald Silvestre, because there's only one Herald Silvestre. I know there might be other Heralds, but yes, that is the proper spelling of my name. It's Herald. Note the difference, because it reduces the sexiness by a billion.
Herald.
What's up?
I just want to point something out. I searched your name on Facebook and I found a Silvestre Lopez Heraldez.
Oh, dude, that's badass. That's badass. Is Silvestre his first name?
Sylvester is his first name, Sylvester. So he's making Sylvester Heraldez.
I gotta friend this guy. All right. Well, you guys are hearing voices in the background, and those voices are not just in your head. They're actually real. They're as real as they can get. And I might as well introduce them because they're just gonna get rowdy if I don't. QuitStalling's resident tavern keeper, welcoming you to his inn. His Hearthstone is no longer bound to any female living rooms. It's the Fury Bot himself. It's Mick DeGuzman. How you doing, Mick?
The quality of life here in the QuitStalling Media Network has just gone up ever since when he said that I'm no longer bound to any person's living room or any girl's living room. So I'm here to stay. I was about to give in my letter of resignation, but yeah.
You could never leave this. Admit it.
I think I'm gonna leave this anytime soon. I already bought the equipment. I mean, what am I gonna do with this if I do leave? I mean, come on, man. Let's be honest, okay? I already spent on it. But anyway, yeah. Good evening, guys. Good evening to everybody who, the weekly viewers, or if you just tuned in for the first time. Good evening to you guys. Of course, good evening to my co-hosts. And I would say this is the time where I normally say good evening to our special guest, but we don't have a special guest. So, yeah, back to you, Harold.
Oh, thank you, Mick. Thank you. And of course, what QuitStalling show wouldn't be complete if it wasn't for this guy that I'm about to introduce. Yes, we have another co-host. If it's your first time here, it's not just me and Mick. Of course not. We have multiple co-hosts, and sometimes they let us down, sometimes they lift us up. If it wasn't for this man, ladies and gentlemen, GameByte might not even be a thing, or, would have taken a lot longer. But, he's considered the maelstrom of hate and fury. It's Instant DZ himself, Diego Z. How you doing, DZ?
Well, actually, he's kind of right, because I specifically asked if we can have a podcast just focus on gaming, because I couldn't keep my focus on the other show. So, wait, okay. Before I say a bit more, Harold, just go quickly to your Facebook Messenger. I sent a photo of a Caucasian version of you, so I want to show that to the viewers.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Jessica showed this to me the other day. It's like, Jacko, I found Caucasian Harold. So when I bring the camera back to you, just flash it on screen and that'll be Black Herald. All right, guys. So yeah, again, thanks for tuning in. I'm glad everyone can join us again, and it's gonna be a good day. We're finally gonna be talking about news because a lot of stuff happened in the past weeks, and there's a lot of things to talk about, and I'm pretty sure you guys will be very interested to listen to it. All right. So anyway, back to you, Harold.
Oh, thanks, DZ. You know, guys, I'm really excited to do the show today. I'm really excited to do the show today.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Caucasian Herald.
Caucasian Herald.
That's weird. It's like staring into the mirror, but the reflection looking back at me is slightly whiter and blonde.
Did I bleach my skin for some reason?
Like if his hair was black, I think he'd be like a little moreno, but
yeah,
he's blonde. It's throwing me
I think he has
off.
spray on tan. I don't know. Maybe he has spray on tan.
It's weird. It's weird. I don't. Oh, that threw me off. Diego, what have you been playing?
Oh, what have I been playing? Okay.
No, so at the start of every show, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, guys, welcome to the show. This is GameByte, like we mentioned earlier on, and at the start of every show, what we like to do is we like to ask everyone who's in the chat, everyone who's on the show, that we ask them what they've been playing. So DZ, hit us off, tee us up and knock it out of the park. DZ, man, what have you been playing?
All right, so from the usual, of course, I've been playing Overwatch. As I mentioned in the pre-show, played a lot yesterday, and we also had some scrims last night. Other than that, I think Mick can attest to this one. I've been playing Pokemon Quest. Yeah, so I'll share my thoughts on that right now. It's really quick. It's a great game. Honestly, it's like it's a good. It's. I won't say it's like how downhill Pokemon Go went, right? I mean, sure, it was great at the beginning. It was a steep fall. This one. And then there was a lot of problems with Pokemon Go. It's like, but it didn't feel like a Pokemon game to begin with because you're just essentially just fusing Pokemon together. This one is a nice rework or a redone version of how Pokemon is as a franchise. You have the Pokemon are actually attacking now.
No way.
Yeah, no,
They have skills now, man.
Yeah, but they only have 2 skills.
Oh, dude.
Well, it depends on Pokemon.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah, it depends on the Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, it's not a bad take on the Pokemon franchise. It's a nice. As for my toilet game rating, okay, the toilet game rating is more of like, Mick, how would we describe our toilet game rating? How long we'll sit in the toilet before we put it down or something?
Normally, we rate it by out of 6 because a 6 is basically okay. So let's just bring it down. If you last for more than 60 minutes sitting on a toilet playing a game, it's worth it. It's a game that's worth it because you just forgot that you were like done like 55 minutes after, and you're still playing the game and you're still sitting down there and you're like, oh wow, I didn't know the time just passed. So yeah, so one toilet seat is 10 minutes. And
okay.
Then, so out of 6.
I'll give it a 3 because it has the pretty much. I'll give it a 3 because it has the mechanics of any mobile game where you have to wait a certain amount of time before it can actually do anything. Most mobile games now, you have to wait like you have a battery, you have a life bar, or energy bar. You have to wait for that before you can do anything. The only redeeming factor of this game for me is that it's Pokemon. You don't catch Pokemon by throwing a Pokeball. You cook food instead to catch Pokemon, which is not a nice nudge to it. But then again, it's random. It's completely random. So you don't have control over what Pokemon you get. So it's a good. If it wasn't Pokemon, I wouldn't care about this game. But that's the thing. It's dressed up as a Pokemon game, but it doesn't feel like a Pokemon game. That's why I give it a 3. But for a while at the start, I was having fun. I mean, the most Pokemon it is that it took me forever to pick my starting Pokemon. That's the most Pokemon it was.
Awesome.
But
Because
yeah,
you
so
could choose what Squirtle, the usual 3, and then Pikachu, right?
Pikachu and Eevee.
and
And
Eevee.
Eevee. Okay,
And
that's a
Eevee.
tough
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's my take on Pokemon Quest. Honestly, if you're the type who has patience for those, what do you call it? What's the term when you're just waiting for something to happen, like waiting for an action because of the timer?
Anticipation.
No, the timer thing. Okay, I have like 10 minutes before I have another energy bar to move.
Cooldown timer.
Oh yeah, let's say that. If you have patience for cooldown, for lengthy cooldowns, go ahead. It's a fun way to waste time when you're waiting for something. But if you have access to any other gaming console, why bother?
Okay.
Lastly, I just downloaded Warframe. I'm gonna play it after the show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, that's it for me. But how about you guys? Mick from the other side.
Wait,
of the
before we get to
spectrum.
Mick, let's check in the chat real quick.
Oh yeah.
Go
ahead.
It's just Sauce has been playing Realm Royale and surprise, some Overwatch.
Wow.
He was in the community scrim nights, which we appreciate very much. Miko P has been playing some Shadowverse, Hearthstone, some Tekken 7, and apparently his girlfriend downloaded Mario Run in his phone, and it was good for 5 minutes.
Oh.
That's
you have
funny.
to
Yeah, I remember when it came out, it was sort of a big deal, and then, it fizzled almost immediately after the news broke.
Because apparently you only get the first act for free, and then they're like 5 acts, so you have to pay for it each individually. You don't
gotta
even
do it
have
online.
and you have to do it online. Exactly. And then I think why it lasted a lot longer because it was because of the PvP spectrum where you just go against people and get a faster time clearing a certain stage.
Okay.
It's still for me.
Definitely. Human Panda 22 says some Overwatch, of course, some League of Legends, some Hearthstone, some StarCraft, but a lot of WoW.
Nice.
Yeah. We gotta talk later, Human Panda. We gotta talk later. I think Human Panda was in my my personal channel when I was streaming last month. Was that you, Human Panda? I remember talking to Panda. I don't know if that was you, but yeah, World of Warcraft is about to make a huge shift, and we're gonna talk a little bit about that later on. Okay, so let's get to Mick, man. Mick, what have you been playing?
Okay.
Did you mute? That was clever. That was pretty clever.
Yeah.
That was good.
So,
that was good.
So I cut because I kept coughing. But yeah. So let's the usual Final Fantasy 14 Realm Reborn. So I'm happy to announce that Seikachu, one of our favorite streamers here, and also my teammate by chance, has finally cleared one of the Savage modes. It's like the hardest. It's kind of like Mythics in Mythic rating in WoW, and our version it's called Savage rating. So yeah, she cleared that the other day. I was there to help. It was a lot of fun. We also helped out. Like 3 or 4 other guildmates of ours. That was pretty great. Right now they're raiding, so they're not watching me. It's fine. No hard feelings.
They're probably having you in the background, man. Don't worry about it.
Maybe they're listening to my buttery smooth voice. Yeah, but I don't know. Anyway, but yeah. Aside from that, I played a bit of Hearthstone. I tweeted about how I'm really frustrated with the ladder right now because of how stale the meta got. So right now I'm just doing quests because of something very, very important that was just announced, and we're not going to talk about it until later. And last but not the least, the thing that I have been playing since I've been out of the house for the past few weeks is Pokemon Quest. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, just to give my 2 cents on it. If I gave it a rating out of 6, I would probably give it just roughly a 2. And the reason why I give it a 2 is because it's in its infancy stage. There are still a lot of things they can explore with in that game. Like they could explore binding of gems. Like you have these things called power stones that make your Pokemon stronger. And then the thing is, they haven't even introduced that yet, where you can just fuse certain stones together, and then by RNG you just get something even better. But that's maybe they didn't explore that for the sole purpose of trying to exploit people to buy microtransactions. Though I do have to give them props at the fact that when I click the whole microtransactions window in the shop, it says, "Did your parent or guardian allow you to purchase in-game items in this game?"
Did
and
they?
It's just yes or no. I'm like,
Did they?
Yeah, they actually give you that notice. Even when you start the game, they'll say,
there are microtransactions.
and they'll also say that you can still enjoy this game without paying anything.
Absolutely free. Because the thing is, it doesn't like it might give one of your Pokemons a slight advantage, but then you could still get that specific item if you work hard enough, if you actually grind. Remember, with any game, whether it be Hearthstone, Shadowverse, WoW, even WoW, Final Fantasy, it's either you put the time or you actually you actually pay for it. So yeah, it's one or the other. And well, with this game right now, I have a really good lineup. Like at first I started with Squirtle, but then I realized that there were stats, and I was looking at how balanced and safe and normie Squirtle was, so I just restarted the whole game. I chose Charmander
Normie.
because I didn't want to get so greedy with the whole Pikachu having the highest attack among all of them. And so far it's a Charmeleon now. I got another Charmander that's just full on long range. I'm pretty happy about that. But yeah, right now I'm stuck at like the 5th dungeon. I've been working hard, and hopefully I get the farm as much as I can to raise my like CP skill. I don't know what they call it. I don't know what your team stat is, because right now it's at 5.8. I want to get it to like 6,000 before I actually clear the 5th dungeon. Yeah, and that's what I've been up to the past few days. What about you, Harold? What have you been playing, my good sir?
Nothing.
Really?
No, I've been playing Overwatch, of course, because who hasn't, right? Who hasn't? But aside from that, I've been playing a little bit of FIFA, not as much as the other week, not as much as last week. Aside from that, I haven't really done much. I've been focusing on fixing stuff up for quit stalling. A couple of personal things have crept up this week that have been awesome for me, so I'm trying to handle all of that, as well as the Geekcast is back. So the Quit Stalling Geekcast every Tuesday mornings at 11 a.m. here in the Philippines. So yeah, it's just rebalancing a bunch of things. I've been enjoying Overwatch and FIFA, as I've mentioned, but when I get a chance to walk around, I've been playing the other Pokemon game. I've been playing Pokemon Go. I've been walking my Pokemon. Been hatching some eggs, checking out that Alolan version of Meowth.
Alolan.
So yeah, man, it's been relatively tame for me in the gaming front. But like aside from that, like let me check my phone. Have I been playing anything else? I think it's just mainly Overwatch. And because you can't go a day or every 3 days without playing Overwatch. Ain't that right, DZ? Ain't that right?
Yep, can't go a day without it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gibbs
crap.
in the chat, man. Gibbs and Chill in the chat. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
How you doing, bro?
Good job in the scrims last night. But yeah, anyone else, guys? If you want to let us know what you've been playing, if you want us to talk about it on the show, message it in the chat. Let us know, what have you been playing? What have you, the viewer, the listener, what have you been playing? If you're not watching live right now, tweet it to us. Just tweet it at Quit Stalling Us, so we'll find out. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we get to the show? Any things you wanna you wanna do?
Oh,
things you wanna do?
I promised a friend that I'd give him a shout out because it's his birthday, so I'll probably clip it and send it to him. So shout out to our very good friend Ramon Santo Domingo.
Yep.
It's his birthday today. Mick, how old is he?
He's my age.
So 27.
A year younger, yes.
All right, happy birthday, Mod.
Yeah.
That is extra gravy
Happy
and
birthday,
Overwatch.
extra gravy, my buddy, my comrade in arms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all for me.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. All right, I had to mod you guys in the Twitch chat real quick.
We're
We're
mods
gonna
now?
lose 2 viewers, but it's fine. Yeah, we're gonna lose 2 viewers, but it's fine.
Oh, what? Mod powers. Nice.
Yeah. If I catch you abusing it, you're off the show.
All right, we have 2 more last minute viewers. So like Gibson Chill says he's been playing
A ton
of the Division.
A good choice, my good
And-
sir.
Atone.
Yeah, he's been playing a ton of Division. And Rushu327 has been playing a lot of Overwatch and a lot of Dota and a lot of Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say more. You were just like,
Oh no.
and then you went
Sorry,
quiet.
no,
You just went dead quiet after that.
Sorry. I was like exploring the mod powers.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, do that after the show. See, this is why I want to do it mid-show. Gosh,
I'm
dang it.
sorry.
That's fine. That's totally fine. All right. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about, guys. So we'll get to the news. Any shout outs you guys want to give before we get to it? Any final things you want to say? Yeah. Before we end the show. No, before we move on. All right, they went quiet again. That's fine. All right, let's do it. Let's get to the show. Here we go.
Beep, 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 beep.
It's so weird not having the having to play the
Ding.
for the interview. 'Cause we're gonna skip straight to this, guys. Straight to this.
Let's do it.
This week in video games.
Yes, this week in video games, and this week in video games, ladies and gentlemen, is brought to you by a very special show on the network. Here we go. It's brought to you by the Quit Stalling Geekcast. Yes, me, Wancho, 11 a.m. Tuesdays, Philippine Standard Time. That's 5 a.m. in California. Join us as we talk about all things geek, whether it's Obi-Wan Kenobi, whether it's Tommy Oliver, whether it's Jessica Jones. We got Sensei Humor on the show, joining us officially every week from here on out. So check us out every Tuesdays, 11 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, 5 a.m. California time. Quit Stalling Geekcast here on twitch.tv/quitstalling. Yes! It's time for the news. First things first, guys. Who's hands up if you're a fan of Skyrim? You know, just show of hands if you're a fan of Skyrim. You know, just a little hand raisey. DZ don't like it. DZ don't like it, Skyrim. You don't like it, Skyrim. Well, too bad, because as long as people continue to pay for the ports, according to Skyrim director Todd Howard. I think I got his name right. Is that Todd? Yeah, Todd Howard. According to the one of the Bethesda heads, Todd Howard, we'll stop porting when you stop buying. So you're
Josh
to
Groban
blame.
in the
Oh,
game
wow.
industry.
Josh
Every
Groban of the
Gaming industries. Josh Groban.
This gaming-
He's the one who sang the theme song. Oh my god, imagine if Josh Groban covered the Skyrim theme song.
Dude, that'd be so bad. Josh Groban on his own is such a friendly, hilarious person. He's not afraid to make fun of himself. So I can see him doing it. I can actually see him doing it.
Should do it. I'm gonna say that now.
Dude,
Oh.
someone tweet this clip to Josh Groban. Let's see if we can get that
And
going.
Todd Howard.
And tag him on Twitter.
So yeah, that's pretty much all there is in that front. He's just saying, you know, the reason they're porting it so much is because people keep buying the ports. So
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's a fair argument, because if you're
Yeah.
making money, you're not going to stop making money. If you're printing cash, you're not going to stop printing cash just because someone's mad at you for it.
Yeah.
Wait, where is the latest port going to? Sorry?
The Switch. Oh, not
Amazon,
the Switch.
the Amazon Alexa.
Alexa.
Oh my god. There's one with.
It's real. It's real, people. Google it. It's real.
Jesus
Like the
Christ.
trailer, what you think is a fake trailer of not Jordan Peele, Keegan-Michael Key playing
Yeah.
Skyrim on his Alexa. That's a real thing that you can do. You can buy it. You have to buy it, first of all, but it's a real thing. So, yeah, Skyrim till we get the newest one, Elder Scrolls, what was it, 8? 9?
6 is
15?
the next one, I think.
6, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, welcome to
But
GameByte,
give it a
everyone.
few years, it's gonna become 8 or 9.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Speaking of medieval fantasy blown out of proportions, guys, we've got some Guild Wars 2 news, don't we?
Yeah. Okay, so Guild Wars 2, I'm sure. I mean, you've heard about it. It's like one of the best MMOs that you can play now. There is a price barrier, there's a purchase barrier, but it's worth it.
For the expansions, though.
With the expansions, yes, it's also worth it. But anyway, so basically, is Guild Wars 2 writers fired from ArenaNet? So if you guys haven't been up to date with like what's a lot of controversial stuff that happened over the week, Jessica Price, who is a writer of the Guild Wars 2 storyline, went to Twitter and said, voiced her opinions on character development, okay, and why it's specifically hard to write a good character in MMOs. So she just says this on Twitter on her own thread. And then Deror Gaming, he's like a small. Well, I'm not sure if he's more prevalent on Twitch or on YouTube, but basically he's a content creator, if you will. He saw her post and just commented on it, but voicing his not really like here. He just basically engaged in a discussion, saying that disagreeing with her slightly, saying that he even said it verbatim. I disagree slightly. My take on it is that the reason why it's hard is because this. Okay, so playful engagement. It's like honest engagement just for discussion. But then Jessica Price takes it to another level. She takes this response as an attack from, and I quote from her Twitter. Wait, where is that article? I'm gonna read that out. Where is it here? Hold on. Okay, here. She basically. Oh, fine. Let me just. What's the word? Let me TLDR it a bit. Some rando asshat from the internet telling her how to do her job, pretty much.
Ooh. Them's fighting words, DZ.
She blatantly said rando asshat from the internet. So
that's.
So yeah, and then like okay, and here's the other part. So after that, okay, so she retweets the Deror's response saying, today in being a female game dev, and now this is where the quote, open quote, allow me, a person who does not work with you, explain to you how to do your job, end quotes. So she's basically, she's trying to turn, she's slowly turning the conversation into an attack and to a sexist, into an attack on her, like, and this guy, Deror, being sexist. And like how it's harder for females to be, basically how hard it is for females in the gaming industry. But the thing is, here's the thing. The thing is, here's the thing.
The thing is, here's the thing.
The thing is.
Here's the thing. The thing is.
The thing is here. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, not in any statement at all did Deror bring up anything about her being a female. All he did was just engage in conversation. But she took it so offensively. She ended up attacking and generalizing a lot of the community of ArenaNet. It came to a point where even Peter Fries, a co-worker of hers, was actually even defending her actions. Because like he was saying something along the lines of like, our Twitter is a private blah blah blah. It's our private thread to read us to voice our stuff. Okay, it's a fair point, fine. But if you think about it, your account on Twitter is public. So if you're gonna argue that that is a private thing, that you can do whatever you want on the internet, it's not just black and white. Because for one, you can't say it's private because you made your account public. Number two, be that as it may, even if you're not even if you're not working on the clock, you're not in the studio, you're not at work, you still carry your company's name in what you do publicly. Because people, once they find out, man, I'm talking to some bitch who treats her community like this, and she
watch the words, man. Watch the words.
Okay.
Whoa.
Jeez.
We need a
If she's
jar.
already that
The
sensitive.
words that Diego Zuluaga uses on GameByte do not reflect the views of Quit Stalling as a whole. Jeez, dude, easy
And
on the
Mick from
words,
Quit
man.
Okay, all right, my bad. But anyway, yeah, I mean, like, the same thing. So the thing is, you still carry your name. You still carry the name of your company around. So this is where all the controversy ended. So at some point, of course, ArenaNet is not gonna have any of this. They didn't want to have any of that. So they had no choice but to fire the two, because you don't want your employees to treat your community that way. You don't. ArenaNet is went out and said this publicly that we do not promote this kind of thing. We don't promote people who treat our community that way. When we want to engage in discussion, we want to do it properly. We want to, quote unquote, be friends with our players, which is true. I think if you're gonna talk to a devs have to respond in a way. And the thing is, they're not even the guy in itself. The Roar Gaming wasn't even saying anything bad. He was just saying this is his opinion. That's all. She took it as an attack, as if she's saying, "How dare you tell me what to do? Plus, I'm a woman, so how dare you?"
Well, I mean, there's
That's
nothing.
exactly what she's. Yeah.
There's
nothing.
nothing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, like Cheska in the chat does. She also has the right to react the way she wants to react. It's I think more of a masterclass in PR, if anything. This is ArenaNet's America, by the way. I think it's more of a masterclass in PR, and I'm not saying it was a good thing either. I'm just saying I think this is probably what they did, and it's probably more of directing the narrative, changing, changing the point is pretty much what they did, and instead of allowing themselves to be attacked for for their actions.
Oh shit! Sorry.
They tried to direct the narrative towards, now he's offending my sexuality, which,
clearly isn't the case.
yeah, and as hot button of a topic as this is, and with the words we've already used, I think we gotta wrap this topic up. But it's an odd stance from from her end and from ArenaNet's end, because the issue in question is the firings, and that was pretty much what was being addressed in the tweet, and the fact that the narrative was changed, whether it was good PR or just a personal opinion, it's odd and it's hard to say at this point.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hopefully we could look towards what the developments, and it's the internet. Hopefully we can find a way to resolve this properly on the internet, which I highly doubt.
Well, who knows? Who knows where it goes, where it leads? It's gotten pretty out of hand at some point. But yeah, I mean, what's done is done. I don't know what's gonna happen with those two.
I just gotta say, it's really hard to like voice out an opinion nowadays, because there are people like her who take everything as an attack, where it's, if you don't agree with someone, it automatically makes them an enemy.
Again, we're not. Yeah. We can't assume that that's exactly what happened.
No, but I'm just somehow speculating.
You're assuming. That's what we're trying to avoid. We're not assuming what she's thinking.
I'm speculating based on what exactly is written on the article. I mean, there's what she said is there's nothing wrong, but in the first place, the guy never did anything wrong, and I don't know why she got super triggered. And it's been going on with a lot of things, and hopefully, something, people, come on, man. I know it's 2018. Don't get so sensitive about certain things. That's all I gotta say for it. I'm not trying to insult her or anything. I'm pretty sure she has, basis for why she got pissed at that. But come on, man. Take everything with a grain of salt so that you don't get too salty in life.
All right, moving on. Jesus PH is blessing us in the chat. Jesus is here. Thank you, Jesus, for showing up. You the man, Jesus. You the man. We actually had the pleasure of meeting Jesus in the Rumble Royale Summer Spirit Bomb. Someone fill the blanks. Summer Spirit Bomb. Righteous Glory. Thank you. Righteous Glory Summer Spirit Bomb. It was awesome to finally meet him. And no, he's blessing our stream. Is that him? The second emote. That's him, right?
That's him. That's him.
Someone throw in a DZ emoji in there to yeah. Thank you for blessing the chat, Jesus. Oh yeah. No, you met Diego. Diego was. Did you not meet Jesus when me and Mick saw him?
I don't think I got to meet Jesus, but I did hop on his stream.
Okay, dude is friendly as hell. Thank you. So, that's ironic that I said friendly. Don't send me to penance. Jesus, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. All right. In other news, Mick, we're talking, and Diego, we're talking a lot about MMOs. You know, we've gone from Guild Wars to Bethesda, who's done Bethesda to Guild Wars. Next we got Warframe, don't we?
Yeah, we got Warframe. So
what's up with Warframe? Warframe.
Okay, so Warframe is being ported to the Nintendo Switch. So
what?
They're following in the footsteps of Skyrim.
I think that is a smart move. That is a smart.
It is though. It's pretty smart.
Very smart move.
But yeah, so Warframe is being ported to the Switch, and they're being ported by the developer studio called Panic Button, and Panic Button are the same ones who ported Doom and Wolfenstein to the Switch as well, which were great ports. So I guess, porting a PC game to a console to anything else, porting any game to any console, to any kind of hard type of hardware, it's hard, it's difficult. Sometimes there's a lot of things that go on with it we don't know about because we're not devs. But Panic Button so far has been able to port Doom and Wolfenstein successfully to Switch. So I guess you could say Warframe's in good hands. And just a few things I want to say about Warframe, and I guess it's a good move because over the past 5 years, Warframe's been doing good for itself. They had a rough start in early 2013, I believe. It
was a very buggy game.
Yeah, it was very buggy. The player base was pretty low, but I mean, let's look at the numbers here. Like when they started in January 2013, they had at the end of 2013, they had about 18,000, just a bit above 18,000 players peak-wise. I'm getting all this information from Steam charts. Okay, then end of 2014, 30,000. End of 2015, 60,000. End of 2017, end of 20. Wait, sorry, what did I say? 15 or 16?
Did you just say 13?
Excuse me. No, end of 2015, they had about about 60,000, and then 2016, it's kind of staggered a bit. It's about the same, so around 60,000 again. 2017, 2017 is also this. Oh no, 2017 shot up. There must have been an update because October of 2017 they got about 100,000 players, 120,000. But then December down to 80,000, and then in the last 30 days they've peaked at 129,000 players. So the player base for Warframe has been getting bigger, and the game has been getting better.
So what first of all, what is the reason for the uptick in player and numbers this year or last year?
I think a lot of those numbers are basically players who returned. So basically, they've been getting new players.
I mean, why?
Ever since the start of it. No, the thing about Warframe is that they're really known for giving a ton of content, nonstop. They remind me of Guild Wars 2.
So it was new content.
Yeah, it was just nonstop new content. They never stopped trying to make the game better. They never stopped. They gave a graphics update. I mean, the game was released at 2013, and the graphics look amazing, even till now, because they keep giving graphics updates. They keep trying to get with the times, because they saw how this game is gonna be marketable. So I guess it's the fact that they're just consistent, and especially like what we mentioned a while ago. I think there was new content that released a few months back, and it's just really good. So people just went to it.
Yeah, awesome. And I don't know about I don't think it's. I remember watching a video before about currency. They handle in-game currency and microtransactions very well. You can. Let's say the currency is platinum, I think. You can surely buy it, of course, using real world money, but you can also get it in game. And as far from what I know, it's not it's not a complete grind to do so. It's not troublesome. Most games, oh my god, it takes forever to get this much platinum. I'm just gonna buy it, right?
Yeah.
This one, it's not as hard, and I think there's some forms of currency that you can only achieve in game, and in terms of how they treat the community, how they treat the community, there was I think there was like one kind of bundle, one kind of DLC that they were gonna sell. They did an they did an open Q&A, like an open forum. Like they did a live stream, and then they have the viewers listening in and just casually discussing the content that was going to be released. And then they even asked, hey, this is the best part. They asked them straight up, how much do you guys want for this stuff? How do you want it bundled? What do you want in it? As in, they gave their community complete kind of control of what they would get out of it, from price to content and to how it's distributed. So knowing successful companies like Blizzard who listen to their community, if you give your community what they want, if you listen to them, yeah, it's gonna go places. So
did they listen to the community when they asked for the what they wanted in the bundles and what the price points were?
Yeah, they did.
Awesome.
And like that's why the numbers are skyrocketing.
That's awesome. So we're talking about specifically Warframe coming to the Switch and it being ported. Which version of Warframe are we getting? Is it like the most recent version, which makes the most sense?
Yes.
Or are we going back to like the basic first and then they're gonna patch that?
They will most likely get the most recent one.
Is that fact, or are we speculating?
I'm just speculating. I'm just speculating at this point because
you went straight to yes. So I was like, this is awesome. We have
news. It's like how they ported. It's like how they ported Terra online on the PS4 recently. Okay. I got a code. I got Go for free, and I tried it, and it's the most recent update. So it's basically a new server on a new platform with the exact same content that you would get from a different platform. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so hopefully it goes well on the Switch. There, like we've probably assumed in many different podcasts, when you port a game, it's not always direct. There are a lot of issues that can come up, bugs that weren't there before show up, bugs that were there before show up again. So hopefully,
like how the WWE game that got ported to the Switch ran on half of 30 frames.
15 frames.
Well, I'm not sure if it was like half of the actual frame rate of the real game and like on the console, or if it was 30 frames.
So was it a slideshow? Is that what people playing on?
Yeah, if it was long ago, but I remember on the Optional podcast they were saying how bad it was. Like the audio didn't sync up to like when the match is starting, they're still playing the entrance music of the last wrestler that came in.
Well, that's fine. It happens though. It really does. Porting is it's a really hard job.
It is.
So
but
good luck. Yeah, good luck to Panic Button. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
If you can do it, it'll work wonders.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on, we got another bit of news. The porn invades Mario Odyssey.
The porn.
I was gonna say the porn industry, but then I could have just said porn. So yeah. So porn invades Mario Odyssey. So Mario Odyssey got an update recently called the Luigi Balloon World, I think. So pretty much how it works is that players online can hide a balloon anywhere in Mario Odyssey.
Oh yeah, they can.
Yeah, it's kind of some of a treasure hunt, treasure hunt kind of thing. So you talk to Luigi, he'll show you this leaderboard of other players. Okay, so I want to find the balloon that this player hid. So I'm gonna pick this player. I'm gonna pick this guy's profile. Okay, and then I'm gonna find where this person hid the balloon. All right.
Okay.
So now here's the kicker. People have found a hack for the system wherein they can basically upload custom avatars for their profiles. And as I said earlier, right, you can pick your profiles, right, of which balloons to hunt. The thing is, so what these users did is that they put girly parts.
This is why we can't have nice things. This is exactly why we can't have nice things, people.
Yeah, so they hacked it in such a way they just put not safe for work stuff on their profile images or their avatars. So that's pretty much that's what happened.
Well, yeah, that just happened. I didn't really like, when I read this article, I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure, these people have nothing better to do than to just give the developers a harder time, right? Oh man. Well, what exactly happened? Like, how did they address it though? Like, is it gone now, or can you still find avatar profiles that have NSFW pictures?
Well, when I was researching, I wasn't able to find out what Nintendo did about it. But of course, knowing Nintendo, they are going to do something about it. But what parents have done, as far as I know, there's a parental button that you can turn on. So like maybe it affects it somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure Nintendo is going to find a way to debug that.
Like imagine, I'm pretty sure like the horror of these parents when they go, "Mommy, I saw your hoo-has in Mario Odyssey."
I can just imagine the mom going, Nandato! Nani?
Apparently the mom is Japanese and the son speaks perfect English.
Hey, of course, it's the modern world, Mick.
Yeah, everybody gotta speak English now. Or Mandarin.
Mandarin?
Mandarin.
None of what I said was Mandarin. What?
No, we're saying maybe English or maybe Mandarin because everybody's gonna be speaking Chinese in the next few years.
Ni hao,
All you did was make me remember Firefly and how it got canceled too soon. All right, moving on. We're talking about Nintendo. I want to brush on this real quick because we never got to because of the interviews and the guests. The Pokemon Company is releasing a Pokemon game that isn't main RPG style. So. Yeah. It's a bit of a reboot of Pokemon Yellow, and it's not strictly a reboot because although it does follow the storyline of the original Kanto story ish, your starter Pokemons based on your version are either Eevee or Pikachu. So they're called Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
Let's Go Eevee.
The main reason why you're gonna want to play this is because Eevee and Pikachu ride on your shoulder. That's legitimately the main reason why you want to play. Other than that, it's a cross between Pokemon Go and the original RPG style games. The main thing they're taking away from Pokemon Go is the fact that you catch Pokemon the way you do in Pokemon Go, which is by throwing a ball at them and not battling them. The other takeaway from that you're getting from the main games is you can actually battle other trainers. You can't battle Pokemon in the wild, but you can battle other trainers. So, and you have 2-player. So it's weird. Hopefully people find it fun. I just wish they went a different direction with the combat. If they just gave us the proper combat facing wild Pokemon, this would have been so much better.
Yeah.
That's the only thing this is missing, right? Like, yes, let us catch it. If you want to have us have that spinning Pokeball mechanic where you throw it, let us have that, but let us have it after battling them, and that would have made this game so much better.
Yeah, if they just gave us the opportunity of either like grinding those tall grass just to get more EXP to level up our Pokemon rather than just trying to catch and they're like, oh, we'll leave them in daycare so that they can level up. They missed on that though. I think they're trying to bank on the nostalgia factor, the mere fact that, oh my god, it's like Pokemon. It's like Pokemon Yellow. It's like what I played back in the 90s. So it's like these millennials with lots and lots of money.
We're still millennials, dude.
I wish I was one of those millennials with lots and lots of money.
I'm pretty sure, like judging from your bank accounts, I'm pretty sure you can be like, maybe I'll buy a Switch today, and you just walk. But then, of course, you'd be like, you disregard like the bills you have to pay or other stuff like that, right? But
I wish I was in that position.
Those aside, you're like, I think I'm gonna go to Data Blitz and buy a Switch today.
Yeah, Gibbs in the chat is agreeing with us. He wants the old school battle style, and yeah, I think that's the only thing that's preventing this game from being a hit. Like, everything else seems to be on point. They're redoing the story a little bit in that your rival isn't Gary Oak. He's actually your best friend who gives you stuff. You're actually
crushed.
Yeah, like you're actually gonna encounter wild Pokemon in the grass, and it's not just gonna flash on your screen. Like, they're doing so much right. and they're giving us one fundamental wrong that is kind of ruining the game. So I don't know. I think it's too late for them to redo the combat system. So hopefully they'll learn for the next one. Let's go Meowth, I guess. In other gaming news, guys. Well, not really gaming news. More of Netflix news. Dun dun, Netflix.
Yeah.
Casting's begun for the Witcher 3 Netflix series. So if you want to be Geralt of Rivia, or Triss, or Yennefer, try and find a Netflix casting agent, I guess. Fingers crossed. Or go to LA and go to the Netflix offices, because they're casting. Other than that, apparently Castlevania did so well. Castlevania on Netflix did so well. They're getting a season 2, and we have a release date. The Castlevania season 2 release date is going to be October 2018. We don't have a specific release date, I think. Wait, I think we don't have a specific one, but it's October this year. And I guess that means they've done a lot of the production already. So good job to the people who made that happen, because it was really good from what I heard. I actually haven't watched it, and now that I remembered that it exists, I'm going to watch it after the show. Before World Cup. Yeah.
Before the World Cup, of course. It is the semifinals tonight.
Yes. Yeah. So Castlevania season 2 is happening, guys. So rejoice and drink some blood and do whatever it is. Vampires
do you know that thing where the subtitles can actually spoil you in Castlevania, the first season?
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Okay. So Harold, you haven't seen it yet, right? So for anyone who hasn't seen it,
not.
If you guys
wait. Should I not listen to this if I don't want to get spoiled?
No. It's okay. You can listen to it because I'm not gonna say why. I'm just gonna tell you, don't watch Castlevania with subs. It's in English. It should be fine. But the reason why I recommend that you watch it without the subs is because you'll get spoiled.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So, well, I mean, if you know the game, I mean, it's when you see it, you'll kind of get it. But just to get the good experience of not getting spoiled, or having that slight anticipation, don't watch it with subs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because the one who's talking lalabas yung pangalan niya. So.
Okay. So if it wasn't obvious yet, like that.
Yeah.
Now it is.
The name of that character will come out.
Yes.
And that's supposed to be a surprise.
Exactly. So yeah, don't watch it with subs.
Awesome. All right.
He's
so
right.
We've got a lot of release dates coming out left and right. We've picked out a couple that might be of note. First of all, Darksiders. Did I get the? No. Darksiders. Darksiders is going to be launched November 27th. Darksiders 3. There have been 3 of these already. But there have been 2. We're getting a third one November 27th.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. We also have Monster Hunter World, which we kind of talked about last night on the community scrim nights. Monster Hunter World has a release date, Diego, for the PC. Kindly tell the folks at home. I'm looking at it, but I want you to talk.
August the 9th of the 2018.
Of the 2018.
It releases on Steam. There's pre-purchase. You could pre-purchase now. You can pre-purchase now and get an Origin armor and I think another in-game item. You can also get the deluxe one where you can get the samurai full gear item along with the Origin item, and a lot of other in-game goodies.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Oh, I totally missed this. Actually, I was staring at it the whole time, but I forgot to bring it up at the end of the Netflix part. He said, Human Panda 22 said, I didn't play the game, referring to Castlevania, but I love the 4 episodes. Yeah, actually, if you've never played the games, TV shows are, when they make shows or movies, hopefully good movies, those are kind of gateway drugs to playing the games. So Netflix did it right. So good stuff. Voltron. All right, and lastly, we got Code Vein, which has been delayed. We're not announcing the release date. Code Vein just got delayed. So Code Vein got delayed to 2019. So sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right. Now, guys, it's that part of the show where we talk about our favorite gaming company.
Our overlords.
I love these guys. I really love Blizzard. I try not to hide it because it's so obvious. Oh, I think I just loaded that on screen. I try not to hide it because there's no point. It's a good company.
Yeah. So, is it?
Why?
Come on.
Yeah, there's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean,
pretty sure
they're
people
doing
have-
their job the best that they could.
I'm pretty sure people have biases. It's like how if I got like Butters, Noble Rand, and Seikachu all in one show, I'm not saying which show, but if I got them all in one show, they'd all have a bias with Valve and Dota 2.
Yeah.
I mean, Valve is doing a great job with Dota 2. It's like how the three of us have a bias with Blizzard.
Exactly. Well, let's talk about Blizzard. Let's get into the Blizz Corner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's break it down! Epic!
I just shoved it all
we
there.
added that last part.
I just did it all. All right, guys, it's time for the Blizz Corner. And first things first, it was a pretty awesome announcement. The Hearthstone community was kind of anticipating this, and we were also kind of wondering who was going to do it. So it's official. It's Dave Kosak. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in to GameByte. Bye, everyone. So Dave Kosak was on camera with interns talking about Mick, newest expansion.
Newest expansion. It is entitled the Boomsday Project, which is it revolves around Dr. Boom's experimenting on certain things. So we're gonna be seeing mechs again, being around the meta, and they actually introduced a ton of new things. Like for example, let me open my cheat sheet. Give me a sec. Okay, so first things first, they added a new mechanic called magnetic. So mech cards that have the magnetic ability has the ability to fuse with existing minions, like friendly minions on your board. So for example, if you have a 2 mana, 2 attack, 2 health minion that has magnetic, it can fuse with any of your existing minions on your board, and it will give them +2/+2. So that's basically how it works. I don't know if it has to be with other mechs because they haven't gone into full detail with it yet, or it could be with like just regular minions, or it could be with any other kind. So we'll find out in the next few weeks. Another thing that they introduced was the Omega Project, which is basically normal cards with battle cries. But the thing is, they were designed for late game play. So the mechanic will only work if you have 10 mana crystals. So that is from turn 10 onwards. So that's very nice, because the biggest problem, I think they're addressing a big problem right now with Hearthstone, which is a lot of decks are somewhat very aggressive. So they normally finish off their opponent at around turn 5, turn 6, while there are a ton of players who want to play late game, like they're called control based, so they last more than 10 rounds. So yeah, these are cards that they will be releasing in the next few days. Like they will be releasing new cards by July 23. And of course, last but not the least, they have something really cool here, which is basically legendary spells. A lot of people have been expecting this, that we've had legendary weapons, legendary hero cards, and this is probably the last thing that we all expected, which is, we all expected legendary spells. And of course, this will all be available in August 7, 2018. Yeah, the pre-purchase is up now. You can buy the 2 specific bundles. The pre-purchase bundle, where you can get for $50, you will get 50 packs, a golden legendary, and the exclusive Boomsday Project card back. I forgot what you call it. It doesn't say here what the name is. But then they introduced something new, which is it's called the Mecha Jaraxxus card back, and you can only get this if you pre-purchase
The Mecha Jaraxxus.
But here's the thing. They just introduced a new bundle, which is known as the Mega Bundle. So you get, for I think around $80, maybe $70 or $80, you will get 80 packs. So that's $1 a pack. You will get the Golden Legendary, you will get the Mecha Jaraxxus card back, and here's the bonus. You will get the new Warlock hero, Mecha Jaraxxus. And this is all exclusive. You will not get this anywhere else. You will only get this if you pre-purchase now. So my suggestion is, guys, if you are going to come back to Hearthstone, if you're going to be a returnee, if you're going to be, if you're just a new player that's interested in the game, in the quote-unquote dying game, you can drop, if you're willing to drop $80, go for it. I mean, this is really good value. There's no
like
way, there's no way of
plus.
sugarcoating it. You get 80 packs, you get a golden, I don't know if it's like random or if it's fixed, but you get a golden legendary, you get a really nice card back, and you even get a warlock hero. I'd say that's really good value.
I think so too, because
yeah,
I
would urge you guys, both of you guys, to actually pre-purchase. If you guys had the money, if you guys have the money, I'm not saying if you guys had the money, but if you guys have the money, do get this mega bundle. I'm actually thinking about it because I really want that hero.
It's $1 a pack plus a free, like, just imagine it this way. It's $1 a pack plus a free warlock hero plus a golden legendary and a card back. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So, Mick, what would be your toilet game rating for this bundle?
For this, the toilet game rating for this bundle will most likely be, I would say, 3 out of 6. For
Really?
now, because I don't have an idea
bundle?
of how these cards will come into play with the meta. And at the same time, they only released 5 cards in that whole preview. So you don't really have an idea of like what's going to happen. What are the other cards they're going to introduce? Because normally as the weeks progress, they will release more and more cards, and eventually you'll find out the whole set of cards that will be released. And people are gonna start theory crafting and be like, "Oh, I'll use this on this. This might work. This might work on this, and everything." That's the fun of actually getting a new expansion. Is that when people get creative. This is the perfect time for people to get creative before the norm sets in. So, right now it's too early to tell. The bundle is a 6 out of 6. The expansion is a 3 out of 6 in my opinion for now. Yeah.
Awesome.
Sorry to be rough on these guys. I mean, I love them. I love them to bits. I mean, Ben Brode left, and it's been quite hard for people to have, because they don't have the figurehead now, because everybody knew Ben Brode before he even became the game director. Everybody knew who he was.
Yeah.
So him gone, there's not much of a figurehead now. Maybe Dave Kosak, I don't know, but yeah, he was hilarious in the last expansion preview. So yeah. So fingers crossed for this one, and watch out, because it's coming to you very, very, very soon, in less than a month. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, awesome. So, yeah, hopefully this expansion's good, and hopefully the dollar value is good. I hope the dollar value isn't indicative of the quality of this expansion.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So. Quick PSA for those of you playing World of Warcraft, like Human Panda 22. If you have not yet done your mage towers for World of Warcraft, if you want to get that hidden, if you want to unlock that extra skin for your artifact weapon, this is your last week to do it, because next week the Battle for Azeroth pre-patch is dropping during maintenance time. So if you have any last minute things you want to do in Legion before it goes away, this would be the week to do it, or else it's too late. Might be too late. And we're gonna get the loading screen for Battle for Azeroth, and it looks pretty good. It's very orcs versus humans, so
yeah.
I'm liking it. And still keeping the modern theme going. So yeah, I love me some World of Warcraft. I'm gonna be playing a lot this week because I'm trying to get that extra skin. And yeah, fingers crossed. Mick, you wanted to talk a little bit about Overwatch League, but before we talk about the specific thing you want to talk about, I do want to give one more PSA, because this is quite important. The playoffs, ladies and gentlemen, the playoffs are this week. All right, the Overwatch League playoffs are starting tomorrow. Wait, I think there's a countdown timer. In 9 hours and 9 seconds, the Boston Uprising will be playing the Philadelphia Fusion in our first playoff match. First day of the first playoff match. And then the final game of the series is tomorrow, I think. So yeah. After that, it's going to be the London Spitfire versus the LA Gladiators. So if the Fusion versus Boston, if it's Philly versus Boston in 9 hours, LA versus London is going to be in 11 hours.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. In other news, Mick, we were talking about the Overwatch League. We might as well talk about, sadly, the biggest losers of the season.
The Shanghai Dragons.
It pains me to say, like, they seem like okay people. Like, they seem like nice people. So, yeah, the Shanghai Dragons, Mick.
Oh, maybe there's just no chemistry. That's why. But, yeah. Okay, so we got to talk about this. So, first things first, everybody knows who the Shanghai Dragons are. They're basically the team with the 0 on their wins, and they got double digits on their losses. Okay, for the Overwatch League. And here's the thing: they actually made headlines about a week ago for apparently beating the Philadelphia 76ers, an NBA team, for the longest losing streak in sports and esports history. Okay, so let me give you an idea. The Philadelphia 76ers had a 28-game losing streak. The Shanghai Dragons beat them by 1. So the Shanghai Dragons are now known as the team with a 29-game losing streak. Wow. We got to give that's high praise. I mean, like, no one can get it that far, okay? I'm going to give them some. I mean, it's hard to win, but it's also hard to lose that much. I'm going to give him that, okay?
Feels bad, man.
Yeah, it feels bad, dude.
My hearts go out to them. I hope, the next season would be a better one for them.
The crazy thing is, like, I watched this season quite closely, and, it's not like they weren't trying. They were actually trying really hard, and they had a really close game against the Florida Mayhem, where it looked like they were going to pull out a win. I'm pretty sure they went 2-0 up, and the Florida Mayhem just reverse swept them. So it's painful, because they do have amazing individuals like Otto, like, I guess, Dia, Geggery, who is sort of a household name for people who watch the Overwatch League or who are casual watchers, because Geggery is the first female professional Overwatch player in the Overwatch League, and she kicks ass. Like, she is one of the best off tanks you will ever find in Overwatch, and she's so good that she was the one who actually got accused of aimbotting, and got bullied by a lot of the
South Koreans.
By a lot of the former pros in Apex, which was, the premier Overwatch League before Overwatch League. Geggery and a bunch of the mid-season pickups of the Shanghai Dragons, along with Dia, who was someone from the original roster, tried really hard, and they just couldn't pull out a win. Yeah. So hopefully, like Mick said, this next season will be a better one for them. Yeah. Because they tried really hard, and, it's just not an easy league.
It's not an easy league. I feel like that synergy is the issue. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure they play well with each other in scrims, but when the actual match is there, when they're actually there in the actual match, that's when they start brain farting, having too much misplays. So the synergy is not there. Maybe that's their issue. I don't know. It's like with Dota 2 teams. When they like. Who's a good example of that? Alliance. When I used to watch TI, Alliance became champions at like TI3. I don't know, TI3, TI4.
Really good rapper.
TI. Yeah. And then the next season, they didn't even qualify for rounds of 16s or like top 30 or something like that, or even the winner-loser bracket. They just got eliminated easily, and that was the original team that won the year before. So. The synergy was gone, because the thing is, everyone knew how they played. Everyone studied all their plays, so they couldn't do what they were exactly doing. So, and they refused to change. Maybe that's what's happening. But I'm just assuming here. Maybe there are other factors involved. Maybe it's the whole bullying thing with, is it Geggery? Am I correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it might be like Geggery, the bullying against Geggery that's, affecting her and affecting
that's
how she played.
That was a long time ago.
It
had nothing to do with it.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. So, yeah, most likely it's probably synergy. So, hopefully they get to regroup, they get to do more scrims, and they prepare for next season. We'll see you guys.
Without touching too much on it heavily, there are rumors that they might get a roster overhaul. A lot of their players that they wanted to pull in for this season were actually denied visas, which is why they ended up with the lineup that they had. And that's also an issue that the Chinese national team encountered in last year's World Cup. So it's a lot of factors. So hopefully things will turn around for the entire organization. And speaking of the Overwatch World Cup, guys, we got a little bit of news for the Overwatch World Cup, just a little bit. Yeah, DZ, I know you and I were talking about this yesterday. The qualifiers are beginning in August. They're going to last till September with four cities hosting the qualifiers. So South Korea will host the Asian leg. The United States will be hosting the Americas. Thailand will also be hosting Southeast Asia. And France will be hosting the European leg. So
that's nice.
A lot of these teams are going to be traveling to these countries in order to qualify, and some of the rosters have actually been locked for the qualifiers. DZ, you and I were talking about Canada, the stacked lineup of Korea, South Korea. It's pretty much New York XL plus 2 people, like plus Carpe and Fate from the LA Valiant. And the thing is the lineups aren't finalized. So what I mean by that is the lineups that we're getting for the qualifiers could still change before the actual World Cup happening in BlizzCon in November. So I mean it's crazy enough that these lineups are so stacked. We have Canada who has XQC as their main tank. They have Surefour and Agilities as their DPS.
Why don't you flash up on the screen, like just click results, like, and so you can show like which roster is like for whatever country we're talking about. Like we can.
Is it there?
Yeah. What you do is you click results, and then it'll show you the brackets, and then click the names of the.
It's actually just when you scroll down too. But yeah, that's a good point. Here we go. So for the South Korean leg, we're gonna get Russia, Finland, Chinese Taipei, Japan, South Korea, Hong Kong. For the United States, what's up?
You can click the country, and then the roster will come out.
That's a lot of teams, DZ.
Just the ones we want to talk about.
So who do you want to talk about? You want to talk about South Korea?
No, just look at that roster.
Oh no. The thing is though, like these aren't the
Those
finalized.
Are final.
They're whittled down to 7. So I guess for this, the people who aren't in the final roster are Fisher, who's not there. Fury didn't make it. Pretty sure Animo did. Kariv didn't make it. Fleta didn't make it. So it's a stacked lineup. It's one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these from the initial roster from New York Excelsior. That's just how stacked this lineup is. They're number 1 in the Overwatch League for a reason.
Oh yeah, I mean, like if South Korea wanted, I mean, they can make a B team.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much. They could do South Korea B, South Korea A,
or North Korea. I mean, there's
No.
I know. I mean, like here, no, but I'm serious. Doesn't North Korea There's no like Overwatch players from North Korea at all. I'm just clarifying.
So.
There's no video games in North Korea.
I don't think there are
video games there
in
at all.
North Korea.
Okay. All right, that one. I honestly didn't know that. Maybe there could have been some games. I don't know. Maybe they're just not allowed to go on the internet.
Maybe.
What the hell? How are they gonna get an online game?
Oh wait, no, they're not allowed to like share like publicly.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh man.
Come on, man. Come on. You were talking about Canada. You were talking about Canada, Herald. Sorry, can you show the Canada roster?
I'll pull it up from the Discord 1 second. But yeah, so Korea's team is ridiculously stacked, and talking about Canada has amazing coaches. We earlier on someone mentioned Jane in the chat.
And Karku, right?
Karku. Karku is their assistant coach, and that's just unfair at this point. Karku and Jane,
2 of the very few substantial Overwatch YouTubers.
Yeah, and they're not just they're YouTubers, but they YouTube coaching. They YouTube tips.
They're
and
good
guides.
at what they do.
They have it down to a science, man. Just like the LA Gladiators coaching staff. But like, look at this lineup, DZ. XQC, Note, Surefour, Agilities, Mangachu, Bonnie, Crimzo. Actually, Crimzo I think is from Contenders. But yeah, this is wow. Note. Note is of note because he was part of that undefeated stage with the Boston Uprising. Mangachu, Agility Surefour, XUC were from last year's Canadian team, so it's a good lineup. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So Overwatch League, Overwatch World Cup, we're getting a lot of Overwatch. We're getting a lot of video games. We love it. I'm going to flash a shot of Jane, the coach of Canada, real quick. So here's a shot of Jane.
Bubba Ray Dudley.
Jane's going to get the tables. All right, so guys, this has been an awesome episode of GameByte. This is the point of the show where we're going to end. Oh, why is it? There we go. We're going to end things. Let me play the ending music, because we have music to end things on. Here we go. All right, thank you everyone for tuning in to GameByte. Why is that in our chat?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna hide the chat real quick. That's odd.
That is insulting.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's just weird. We're not gonna judge, but. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. I wanna give a shout outs to our most recent followers: Panda Forever, Tamora _Lull, Ordan, It's Just Sauce, DJ Leo Gaming, Fortnite for Life 21-211, My Name is Jeff 21, Devon is bad at Fortnite, and Ultimate Tuhod Lake all these wonderful people. Of course, our lead bit cheer of all time, Elder Jin with 1,000, you the man. Nerf Diva 502, Nope Plays. Tita Gaming's and Insideezy tying for third with 100. Of course, our other bit cheers, Clock You Plays, Cloud Kun, I Am Kokak, Deej Fabian, and the Android Master Paul. Of course, Diego, we have subs, and it wouldn't be right if we didn't mention our #1 subscriber, Miko P, with 3. Insideezy, of course, that guy. The Fury about that guy too. Salon Chen, Elder Jin, Archer Perez, Pot ZP, and Human Panda 22 for the subs. Thank you everyone for supporting Quit Stalling and all that we do here on the Quit Stalling Media Network. If you want to find more of us, you can find us on Facebook.com/QuitStallingUs right below. Twitter @QuitStallingUs. Quit Stalling, just @QuitStalling on Instagram. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/QuitStalling, and twitch.tv/QuitStalling. If you want to know all of that, or if you want to see all of that, there are buttons below, whether you're watching the VOD or if you're watching live. There's buttons, there's links below, or just head on over to quitstalling.us. That's www.quitstalling.us. Mick, where can the folks at home find you when you're not on GameByte?
You can find me on Twitter. That is @TheFuryBot. You can find me on my somewhat extinct Twitch channel. That is twitch.tv/TheFuryBot. Let's see if I'm gonna start streaming. I don't know. I've been too busy. And aside from that, you can always find me here on GameByte. Yeah. And
Awesome.
what about Diego? Where can the fine folks at home find you when you're not on GameByte?
The fine folks at home can find me. All right, so the folks can find me at twitch.tv/InstaDZ. Now that I finally downloaded Warframe. I guess I'm gonna try it out. That's pretty much. Sorry. Also, if you guys want to contact me through Twitter or Instagram, you can also check it out. That's InstaDeeZee, InstaDeeZee. Also, outside of this, I'm a director, so if you guys want to check out my videos, you can check me out at www.diegoz.com. All right, how about you, Herald? Where can the fine folks at home find you?
If you guys want to find me outside of GameByte, I'm on the Quit Stalling Geekcast every Tuesday mornings at 11 a.m. here in the Philippines. That's 5 a.m. in California. Just use the time zone converter. Either way, it'll work. You can find me at Herald Plays on Twitter and Instagram. And, of course, you can find me at twitch.tv/Herald Plays. I want to remind everyone that you could use your subscriptions. If you have Amazon Prime, you could use your subscriptions to subscribe to someone for free once every month. So hit that button if you like ours, or just go to someone else's channel and hit that subscribe button. You have free subscriptions every month if you have Amazon Prime via Twitch Prime. All right. Aside from that, you're gonna get good games as well from Twitch. So if you do have Amazon Prime, click on that Prime loot button a little bit above Diego Z's head, and check what you can claim, or where you can start as a free trial. So head on over there, guys. Twitch.tv. They're good. They're awesome people. Yeah, Prime Loot. All right. No, that's Bubba Ray again. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Oh, actually, yeah. Another place you could find me outside of GameByte is the Quit Stalling Community Overwatch Scrim Nights, where me, Diego, and Sorbetes PH we shoutcast some Overwatch for some lovely people who play really well. So yeah, do that. Do that. All right. So aside from that, you guys want to say anything else? You want to say anything else?
Chewie Jr.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
That's it.
Shout out to my girlfriend on chat, Cheska. Talk to you later, hon.
Honey bunny.
Honey bun. Yeah, we got a bunch of weddings to go to this weekend.
I have to go to a wedding this weekend. Oh, no.
Oh, are you serious? That's awesome. All right, we'll talk about that in the after show. Till next week, we'll see you, ladies and gentlemen. Same bite time, same bite channel. Till then, get off your butts and quit stalling. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.